Okay. In this experience, since I wondered why Duane said DUNU instead of do rude, a word of greeting, I asked Rebizar, please show me the meaning of the word DUNU and what is the reason of usage. So I started, and I saw Rebizar is standing in my right side of me and laughing at me. I just waited for him to show me the scene. And what appeared in front of me looks like one of a painting that has been painted during NUUU. It shows me real guides taking a golden sword, and Rebizar mentioned DUNU means the golden sword of is. It doesn't mean do rude, the old word of greeting. The meaning of do rude is breezing of is with attendance of do and Rebizar. In all of this scene, Rebizar was laughing at me. Now I understand that the meaning of DUNU is more than breezing of is, showing that golden sword is your awareness, which comes with the is and became awareness. Oh, it is NUUU, and I haven't known about it. Thank you, Rebizar and Duane. Also, I have remembered one obvious scene that was about war in this country. In the noon, I saw double rockets come from 3 air forces and passed above my head, but the explosion did not happen in our house or very close to our house. My sister has had a vision like me, but she saw the vision of dark, cloudy, or smoky air in a neighboring city.
It is, yes, and even when I was with Paul Zeckenkar, the sword idea, Diana Stanley painted. She was a well-known artist in Eckankar, and she painted this picture of, and it was called The Swordsman of the Sugmod, and it showed one of the guys riding a horse from the front, and the sword in front of him. You couldn't see his face, you just see the big sword. Now, the sword itself has been misunderstood. The sword has 2 sides, okay? So it's like the cause and effect in creation, and the idea of the sword basically is that you have a handle on your creative position to be neither for nor against, because each side is there's an old saying, it's a two-edged side or whatever. In other words, cause and effect, you have a handle on that, and many have misinterpreted it through the ages. A good example is the story of Joan of Arc, where she finds this sword, but she's thinking it's for battle. And there's a very good movie. There was a couple of Joan of Arc movies, but there was one with Dustin Hoffman in it, where at the very end, while Joan is burning at the stake, Dustin comes to her from the other side and says, well, you found this sword, and you were thinking this, and you were thinking that, whatever. Again, this is what she had decided. Joan had went out in battle, and she won all the time with the sword, thinking that it's a holy thing, fighting for good, fighting the bad. But that's not the idea. The idea is that you have a position in creation, and you're able to maintain it. That's what the sword represents. It doesn't represent any kind of battle or whatever. It actually represents like a strength you have, that now you can handle creation better than you have before. You see? And so these are just ideas that we have, visions and symbols, but it just depends upon how each person takes it, and most of the time, and especially the church reinforces this, prompts people to agree to go out there and destroy the bad people, which really what they're doing is destroying those that will expose them. So now you have a better definition of the sword. And this too is where, as things go along with anything that's been created and presented here, a misunderstanding starts to infiltrate. And so management is very important as we're here. So that's the idea of the new man, is the new management, to keep the focus. And so in the past, we see that Harold and Darwin and others were given the chance, but they couldn't keep the focus. They kept it at a one-dimensional level, which is the personal level and literal. And so it's a new day. Okay, there you go.